और बिट्टू दीदी क्या हाल है?
मैं तो बढ़िया हूँ। आप कैसे हो?
अरे यार मैं तो बहुत बोर हो गया 96 जॉब से।
क्यों?
ना यार नहीं जमता।
एक सॉल्यूशन दूँ?
अब बताओ ना, तभी तो बैठो।
If you don't like your job, take a home loan. You will start loving your job.
ओह
Hey folks, Rachana Ranade here, and I welcome you all to another brand new video on whether to buy or rent a house from the 2021 perspective. What is difficult is to take this decision of buying or renting a house, but what is a very easy decision is to decide to smash the like button. So what we are going to do is we are going to track this video into three different perspectives. The very first perspective is going to be the emotional angle of buying the house. The second angle that we are going to take is the financial angle, which will be like a practical angle before you take this decision. And the last angle is the 2021 special perspective that you should take into consideration before taking the decision. Well, just wanted to inform you that we have also started weekend special blogs on our website rachanaranade.com. That would be a place where you'll get more and more financial information, and that too in a very simplified format. Since childhood, we have been taught that roti, kapda, makan, that is nothing but food, clothing and shelter is what we require to lead a lifestyle. Now the shelter is nothing but house, a home to live in. But our Indian mentality is something like, that house should not be a rented house. That house should be an owned house, which will give me absolute comfort and luxury when I stay in it. And what else? Anyone from our school friends or college friends you have a contact with?
Do you remember that Sam?
Yes.
He just bought new house.
Really?
Yeah, it is a duplex, 4,000 square feet area with big balcony.
Same flat I want here.
It is too good.
What happened?
I want a toy
But why?
because my friend has it.
Just because your friend has it doesn't mean even you should have it. Okay? Now, the third point which I feel one can consider while buying a house is a change or a step up in the lifestyle. Now, I'll tell you my own case. Where I used to stay earlier, it was a standalone building, and the biggest luxury, the biggest amenity that we had was we had a watchman for our society. That was the only amenity that we had. So now, at one point of time, we thought that if we can afford a little bit more, then why not go in for a better place to live, which has my owned parking. I don't have to search for parking the moment I go back home. I have a good security. If I have some additional amenities like a swimming pool, a gymnasium, kids area for my child to play, why not? So every person who feels that I should step up my lifestyle a little bit definitely considers this in the emotional angle while deciding whether to buy or rent a house. I hope you have understood all the emotional angles attached to buying a house. But the problem with buying a house is like it is very similar to drinking water from a mirage. Closer you go to it, the goal goes much farther. So the big decision whether I should take that risk, whether I should go that one step ahead and buy it right now or not, requires a financial angle, requires a logical angle rather than an emotional angle. So that's what we are going to cover in the next part of the video. So let's consider this scenario that you're going to stay in a specific city, a specific locality for the next 15 years. So here you are with a decision that for the next 15 years, should I stay in a rented house or should I stay in an owned house? That's what the calculation you're going to see on the screen. This is going to help you to take a decision for that. Okay. So assume that the monthly rent for the house that you're looking at is 20,000. Typically, in Pune, in an above average locality for a 2.5 BHK, this is what would be like a very nominal rent, 20,000. Now assume that you are into the 30% tax benefit. Okay, 30% tax slab, I mean. So what will be the benefit for this? The benefit will be that whatever rent you are paying, that will get an HRA benefit. So HRA is a house rent allowance benefit. So your effective rent payment is going to be net of taxes. So the effective rent net of taxes will come to 14,000. So 20,000 minus 30% of 20,000, which will come to 14,000. Now if I take it on an annual basis, 14,000 multiplied by 12. So on an average, for a year, entire year, you are going to pay 1,68,000 as a rental amount. Okay. Now let's assume that the average annual rental increment is 7%. So every landlord will typically tell you that next year the rent will be increased by 5% or 10% or 7%, depends on the locality. We have taken 7% as an example. If that be so, then the total rent for the period, which will be of 15 years, you will end up paying 42,21,676 rupees as a rental payment. Right. So let's come to the second option, which is buying a house property. Well, we are considering the same house property, okay? The same house property is either available on rent or for buying option. So now assume that the cost of the property is 75 lakhs. And if you were to buy it, assume that you don't have that much money, and that's why you're going to take a loan for that. Typically, you get an 85 to 90% loan from the bank. So you have to do a down payment of either 10% or 15% or a little bit more or less. So we have taken 15% as the down payment amount. With that, your down payment will be 75 lakh ka 15%, right? Now, how much will be the loan amount? Obviously, 75 lakh minus 11 lakh 25,000 will be your loan amount. Right now, what we have done is we have taken the interest rate at 7%. Okay. Assume that the loan duration is also 15 years, because it should be same. If I'm comparing rent 15 years, loan also has to be for 15 years, so that it becomes comparable. Okay. Now, your EMI will come up to 57,300. Now, how is that? Because there's a formula like PMT. It's in Excel. Okay. I'm not going to explain that entire formula right now, but I'll tell you where can you get this Excel sheet after this section is over. So stay tuned till then. Okay. Next one, what we are going to consider is the tax bracket. Tax bracket will keep it same again. For rent option, we had 30%, same here, 30%. With this, now let's understand that the effective rate of interest for loan is going to be 4.9%. Now, how on earth is 4.9%? Because 7% was your interest rate. You're going to get a 30% tax benefit for that. And that's why your effective rate of loan is going to be 4.9%. And with this, your effective EMI will turn out to 50,082. Again, the PMT formula from Excel, right? Now, we have to understand that how much total interest have you paid over the period? How much will that be? Your total interest is going to be nothing but your entire EMI amount, okay, EMI amount multiplied by 12, that will be the yearly EMI, yearly amount I mean, multiplied by 15, so that will give you the total EMI paid, minus the loan amount, okay, total EMI amount, which will include principal plus interest, minus the principal amount, which is the loan amount. What remains? What remains is the total net interest paid for this period. Okay, so I hope this point is also clear. Now, going to the next one, assume that you will have to pay some maintenance, and I've taken it as a 0.35%. Again, can vary from locality to locality. With 0.35%, your amount of maintenance comes up to 2,188 rupees. Now, of course, every single society will also keep on increasing the maintenance. We have taken the increase in maintenance at 5%. Okay, and with this, your total maintenance over the period, how much? 15 years will come to 5,84,695. Now pay attention. So what is your effective total cost of buying the house? Number one, it was the total cost of your property, which was 75 lakh. Number two, the interest on loan, effective interest on loan that you paid. And number three is the maintenance cost that you paid for the period of 15 years. Renting the house basics, done, clear. Buying the house basics, done, clear. Now here comes the most important part, which is related to the decision making part. So focus. Now, if I decide to actually go ahead with the renting option, what will happen? Will I save on the down payment? Obviously, yes. My down payment amount was 11,25,000. If I decide to go on a rental basis, what will happen? The monthly EMI that I was paying, the effective EMI which I was paying, remember this 50,082? That was the effective EMI I was paying. That I will save on. But wait, because you have taken the rental option, you will also pay the rent. So what is happening? 50,000 EMI is saved, but 14,000 effective rent is also what I'm giving. So what is the effective monthly saving for me is 50,000 minus 14,000, which is coming up to 36,000. Okay, so lump sum 11,25,000 saved, and monthly saving is 36,082. Now assume that this amount I am investing and I'm able to generate on an average a 10% CAGR for the next 15 years. What will happen? The value of the down payment saved with a 10% CAGR will go up to 50 lakhs 10,659 after 15 years, at the end of 15 years. And this monthly EMI saved, because see, every month it is going to get added up, plus it will go on generating returns. This value of monthly 36,082 will go up to 1 crore 49 lakhs 54,766. This is nothing but a normal future value formula. Okay, so what will be your net benefit of renting a house? Let us understand. The net benefit is going to be nothing but number one, the value of down payment saved. Number two, the value of EMI saved, but minus what? Minus the total rent paid. So that is what we have done. Value of down payment saved plus value of EMI saved minus total rent for the period. Now that you have understood the basics of renting the house versus buying the house, here comes the grand finale. Let's understand this point very carefully. Now assume that we have already assumed that we had bought the house at 75 lakhs, right? Assume that you will get a appreciation on the house property. The appreciation on the house property will be 6%. Okay. Is that my assumption? Yes. Can your assumption be different? Yes. Okay. Like, you remember my assumption for return on investment was 10%. Similarly, here my assumption is that the property value will appreciate by 6%. Okay. If this happens, then over a period of 15 years, again, this is a normal FV formula, future value formula. With this, my property of 75 lakhs with a 6% rise in property, the property value after 15 years will be 1 crore 79 lakhs 74,186. Now, what will be the net benefit of buying the house? That will be nothing but future property price minus the original cost of buying it. Original cost is the total cost of buying it, which included what? Your original cost of buying it plus interest amount plus maintenance amount, right? So 1.79 crores minus 1.07 crores, that comes to net benefit of 72 lakhs 49,000. But what was the net benefit while we took the renting option? It was 1.57 crore worth of net benefit. Okay, so is this a very easy decision for you? Yes. Net benefit for renting house is 1.57 crores. Net benefit of buying a house is only 72 lakhs. So our final decision comes up here. Ta-da! Which decision is better? Renting the house. Well, we also have a formula here of if and then for you to make a very easy decision. I'll show you quickly how the decision changes. If you feel that the property rise in your area where you are staying will not be at a 6% increase, you believe that property value might rise at 9%. Okay, now with this, if you just change it to 9%, which decision is better? Buying the house. We have given everything for you. So let's come to the 2021 angle, that is the taxation angle if you have opted for the new tax regime. Remember that we had taken that an example that you're into the 30% tax slab and assume that you're also salaried person. In that case, whatever rent you pay, you'll get an HRA benefit for that, number one. And number two, if you have taken a loan, then the interest on loan you will also receive that as a deduction. But if you're under the new tax regime, neither HRA nor interest on self-occupied house property, none of these you will get as a tax benefit. So before you take your decision, remember both these points if you are into the new tax regime. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this video and I hope you have understood what things are to be considered before buying a house or renting a house. If you have liked this video, don't forget to share it with your friends. Till then, take care, Jai Hind and bye-bye.